When it comes to communication, we've all been there. We want to sound smart, we want to sound more professional, and we want to get our point across effectively. But more often than not, common grammar mistakes can stand in the way of achieving that. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time of watching, this is your online English tutor at Banky's Corner. Do well to like, share, and subscribe. For the existing subscribers, thank you and keep watching. Grammar mistakes can lead to misunderstanding and in most cases change the entire meaning of what we are trying to convey. The truth is, people do judge us based on our grammar, whether it is a job interview, a business, or even a casual conversation with a friend. The good news is that avoiding these common grammar mistakes isn't rocket science. In fact, by being mindful of just a few key areas, you can significantly improve your written and spoken communication. Let's dive into the 10 grammar mistakes that you can avoid to sound smarter. It's all about grammar tips and speaking better and writing better. The first, using who instead of that when referring to animals or inanimate objects. Using who instead of that when referring to animals and inanimate objects. You often hear people say a sentence like, the dog that is barking. The dog that is barking. The dog is inanimate. So what do we say instead? We should say the dog who is barking. The dog who is barking. It seems minor, but trust me, it makes a great difference when speaking or writing. So remember, use who instead of that when referring to animals or inanimate objects. 2. Mixing up its and its. That is its and it apostrophe s. Please remember that it is a contraction of it is, while it is possessive. For more lessons on plurals, check my videos on that. I have explicit video on that, so you check more in my videos. For example, the cat chases its tail. The cat chases its tail. You can also say, it's a beautiful day today. You can see how it and it with apostrophe is being used in these sentences. 3. Confusing accept and accept. Accept is a verb that means to receive something willingly, whereas accept is a preposition that means excluding something. For instance, I accept your invitation to the party. I accept your invitation to the party is different from I like all vegetables except cabbages. I like all vegetables except cabbages. 4. Using affect. Affect instead of effect. Accept is a verb that means to receive something, while effect is a noun that means a result. For instance, the cold weather will affect the crops. The cold weather will affect the crops. The effect of the cold weather was devastating. This is another example of effect being used. The effect of the cold weather was devastating. 5. Incorrect use of the apostrophe in plural nouns. Incorrect use of the apostrophe in plural nouns. This is very simple. Just remember that if you are forming a plural, you don't need an apostrophe. Examples, I have 3 dogs. Dogs at the end do not need any apostrophe. This is already in a plural form. not I have 3 dogs, apostrophe, and an S. This is wrong. Take note of that. These are mistakes that needs to be avoided when speaking or writing. 6. Misusing fewer and less. This is a common mistake that can be avoided by remembering that fewer refers to countable nouns, while less refers to uncountable nouns. Also, I have videos on that, on countable and countable nouns. Examples: I have fewer than 5 coins. I have fewer than 5 coins. You can see how fewer is being used. I have less than a hour to finish the task. One refers to countable, the other refers to an uncountable noun. 7. Confusing then and there. Confusing then and than. Confusing then and than. When do we use then? Then is used to indicate time, while than is used in comparisons. I will meet you at 5 p.m. and then we will go to the movies. I will meet you at 5 p.m. and then we will go to the movies. Look at an example showing comparison. I'm taller than my brother. Then and than are different words used at different times and different contexts. You don't confuse both. The 8th one is using mute instead of mute. Mute means silent or unable to speak, while mute means something that is debatable or disputed. For instance, the point is mute. The point is mute. And the point is moot. These are 2 different words meaning different things. Number 9, incorrect use of the comma splice. You can be wondering, can a comma be used indiscriminately? Of course, this can be tricky. But essentially, you want to avoid using a comma to separate 2 independent clauses without a conjunction. Avoid using a comma to separate 2 independent clauses without a conjunction. For example, you rather say, I went to the store and I bought some milk. I went to the store and I bought some milk. Instead of putting the comma like this, I went to the store, I bought some milk. The first one, the comma has been used correctly. The second instance do not need any comma because these 2 sentences are independent clauses. That means they can stand on their own and make much sense. Using nauseous instead of nauseated. Using nauseous instead of nauseated. Nauseous means causing nausea, while nauseated means experiencing nausea. For instance, the smell of rotten eggs is nauseous. Or you can equally use it this way: I felt nauseated after eating spoiled food. I felt nauseated after eating spoiled food. To recap, the 10 grammar mistakes we covered today were using who instead of that in animals and inanimate objects, mixing up of it and its, confusing accept and except, using affect instead of effect, incorrect use of apostrophe in plural noun, misusing fewer and less, confusing then and than, using mute instead of mote, incorrect use of comma splices, and using nauseous instead of nauseated. By avoiding these 10 grammar mistakes, you can significantly improve your written and spoken communication. You will also sound smarter, more professional, and more credible. If you have a grammar mistake that drives you crazy, leave it in the comment section below. Leave it in the comment section below. And don't forget to check out my other videos on grammar tips and tricks, and the next video on advanced grammar tips and tricks. Keep learning and keep improving. Till I see you in my next video. Bye.